Hey guys, it's Joe. Happy Friday. It's time for Puckle with Joe. Sorry that intro played twice there. You forgot to take off the loop. That is exactly what happens. Ben, welcome to the show. See you already popped in there. I have some questions coming in on TikTok, you guys. If you want to ask me questions on TikTok, you're better off coming over to YouTube because I cannot answer your questions here until the end of the show. So you can stick around to the end. You guys, we got lots of games to discuss today. Games have already kicked off on the ice. We still got 9 games left to talk and bet on. We look at the games going on right now. And by the way, I hope everyone's had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We got the Carolina Hurricanes and the Boston Bruins in the third period right now. This game is tied 2 apiece. Now, I did take the over in this one. Really hoping we get there. Boston just getting that second goal here deep or at the beginning of that third period. Now, Toronto and the Minnesota Wild. Toronto is up 3-2. In the second, 5 minutes left in that, we have the Montreal Canadiens up 2-1 over the Chicago Blackhawks. And then Calgary down a goal against the Washington Capitals, Ottawa Senators, and the Anaheim Ducks. Sitting 0-0 at the moment. Now, I did take the Ducks here in this game, so I'm holding tight, hoping they are able to pull off the win. I just really like the situation here for the Anaheim Ducks. I think the value was there with them. So if you want to live bet this one, definitely one that I think is worth doing. Now, we are in the game halfway through that first period. Again, like I said, it is scoreless. So I haven't watched the first half, but if you have, let me know your thoughts on how that game is going right now. Shout out to Richard here. Richard, good luck to your LA Kings tonight. They need it. They've lost their last 3. This is going to be a hard battle for them. And a shout out to Matt. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let me know how your guys' Thanksgiving was. Now, at 5:30 Eastern, we will see the matchup between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Philadelphia Flyers. This one has a total of 6. And now the Penguins coming in as a large favorite here at minus 240 on that money line. Jari expected in goal for them. Now Jari is coming in with a 3.06 goals against average. We've got Carter Hart expected for the Philadelphia Flyers. He's got a 2.68. Now, when we look at the Flyers, offensively, they're just not getting these goals. They're still averaging under 3 goals per game. Worst team overall in the league for their average goals at 2.5. They're also being held to 28.7 shots on goal. Now, the Pittsburgh Penguins are allowing these shots to come in at 33.5. Defensively, allowing that 3.25. Offensively, they are getting these goals. The strength of this team is their goals. Shots on goal are also strong, averaging 3.55 goals per game and 33.6 shots on goal. When I look at this game, I really do think this is a great one to put some prop bets in for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, they have won their last 4 games. They're off that shootout win over my Calgary Flames. You guys, that really hurt. It was a low-scoring game, 2-1, that did go to that shootout. They face the Leafs tomorrow at home, the Pittsburgh Penguins here, so they will be heading home after this. They've struggled in Philadelphia. So when I look at this game with their struggles in Philadelphia, with the last game of the road trip and coming off a shootout over Calgary, I think there's value taking the Philadelphia Flyers here on the puck line at plus 1.5. It's minus 130. Home ice has been major between these two, going 11-4 in the last 15 meetings. When you look at the Penguins, they have been strong in the last 5 meetings versus the Flyers, but I don't know if I love it here, you guys. I have to ride with the Flyers to keep this one tight. I think it's a lower scoring battle here, but one that we can definitely hit those shots on goal. Brian Rust. I always want to say Ryan Rust. Brian Rust, over 2.5 shots on goal for the Penguins, coming in at minus 125. I love it. He is 20 games in. He's had 54 shots on goal. So he's getting that 2.7 shots on goal per game. The last time versus Calgary, he did have 3 shots. And when we look at the Calgary's defense, they're limiting opponents to under that 29 shots on goal per game. We see the Philadelphia Flyers They are giving away those shots on goal. They're allowing 33.8. I really do think this is a great situation to take him. You can also look at Sidney Crosby. We know the strength of Sidney Crosby of the Pittsburgh Penguins. His over 2.5 is juiced. Over 2.5 is at -135. He's had 10 goals, 27 points, and 51 shots on goal. We know Sidney Crosby is a stud out there. So you can take his shots on goal. Again, you guys, make sure you go shop those lines over at Betstamp. Use referral code Madden over there, because at the end of the day, you got to get that value. So in this one, give me the Flyers to keep it tight. I was, when I first looked at this, leaning to that over. I'm second guessing that over. This number is sitting right at 6. We got strong trends to the over. But you guys, I think I'm going to stay off this total. I can see a situation where this one could go under, because we know how phenomenally strong Carter Hart has been. If he has one of these games where he's absolutely lights out, this one could stay under that. Now, the last time these two played, the Philadelphia Flyers actually won that one 4-1. They're off an OT loss to the Capitals. 2 games back to back on deck with the Islanders coming up here. So I got to lean on them. Keep this one tight. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I appreciate you guys being here. Let me know how your turkey dinner went for you guys. I've been having leftovers the last 2 days. I made a turkey on Wednesday evening. The next game up is the Arizona Coyotes taking on the Detroit Red Wings. Okay, you guys have to do me a favor too. If you have these games on right now, I'm kind of like not jonesing, but like jonesing for if there's goals happening in these, especially the Bruins game. I need the over 6. So let me know if you see the goals coming in. Arizona Coyotes is taking on the Detroit Red Wings. Now, this one kicks off here at 8 p.m. Eastern. In this one, the Coyotes coming in as a dog, and rightly so. They're plus 168 here on the money line, minus 205 for the Red Wings. We've got a total 6. Lots of totals of 6s today. Now, Husso expected for the Red Wings. He's a 2.36 goals against average. Both of these teams have their strengths. Even though the Coyotes are not a team that you look at as a dominating team, they get the wins in unlikely situations. We're seeing them come into this game. They got a they got a shutout. That was the word. I was like, shootout. No, they didn't get a shootout. They got a shutout win over the Red Wings. It was over the Carolina Hurricanes. God, I can't talk today. Carolina Hurricanes 4-0, you guys. They did absolutely phenomenal. You put the Coyotes in these situations where no one expects them to do well. I didn't expect them to do that well over the Hurricanes, and they completely dominate. Now, the last time these teams played, another one, they dominated this matchup. They had a 9-2 win. We see the Red Wings coming in. They got the shutout win over the Predators. I'm not sure I'm confident enough, even though I love that plus money, to take the Arizona Coyotes here at plus 168. This is going to be a hard one for them. They've been really strong on that puck line. So I think there is some value taking them here on the puck line. 10-8 on that puck line for the season. We look at the Detroit Red Wings. They're 11-8 on the puck line, 6-4 on the puck line at home. The problem with the Arizona Coyotes is their ability to get these shots on goal. They're being held to 24.4 shots on goal per game, which is 32nd overall in the league. They do have a phenomenal power play. So if they get up on that power play, they will score here on the Red Wings. Now, when we look at the Red Wings, they are being held to that under 30 as well at 29 shots on goal. Arizona has a phenomenal power kill as well. So if they get the penalties, I'm not too worried about this team. I think this is going to be a battle on the ice here. I'm going to hit the over 6. I think this is logically the right way to go with this one. With the Red Wings coming in off rest and the Coyotes coming in off rest, neither of these teams actually plays solid where they're getting consistent wins coming in off one day's rest. The Coyotes going 5-11 in their last 16 on one day's rest, and the Red Wings 9-20 in their last 29 on one day's rest. But a nice trend here, the Coyotes and the Red Wings to that over. It's solid. The Red Wings coming in here nicely off of rest, going 4-0 to that over in their last 4. The Coyotes versus the Atlantic hitting that over so nicely, going 9-4 in the last 13. And the last 4 meetings in Detroit, hitting that over. So give me the over 6 here. Good luck with this game. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good one. The Bruins game is 2-2. I love that. I need 3 more goals in that game. So stressing this one a little, you guys. I'm not going to lie. That early action on the ice with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left. Got to get this one tied up. Okay, the next game on the board, 8 o'clock Eastern, we have the New York Islanders taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Islanders coming in here as a large favorite at minus 200 on that money line, plus 164 for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now Sorokin expected for the New York Islanders. He's phenomenal. He's got a 9-5 record with a 2.2 goals against average. Corpusello here for the Columbus Blue Jackets. He's 3-3-1 with a 3.86. Now, we see the Columbus Blue Jackets coming in with one of the weakest power plays in the whole league. They are only averaging 2.95 goals per game and 30 shots on goal. And defensively, they're shooting themselves in the foot. We really need their defense to step up. They are allowing these shots on goal to come flying in at 36.9. This is another good one to prop bet this. We will look at some props at the end for this one because I don't have any prop bets for shots on goal yet for this one, but I do like it. With the Columbus Blue Jackets, they are allowing that 4.26 goals per game defensively, 32nd overall. They're just struggling defensively. Now, they are off a loss to the Montreal Canadiens. That was a 3-2 loss. The Predators on deck tomorrow. The Islanders coming in here so solid offensively, averaging 3.29 goals per game and 31.8 shots on goal. Their defense is really stepping up as well, holding opponents to 2.62 goals per game and 33.5 shots on goal. Now, they've won their last 2 games. They got the shutout win over the Edmonton Oilers. I don't know why my brain's doing this today. We had a day off yesterday. That's probably why. And they got an overtime win 3-2 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, the last time these teams faced up wasn't that long ago. It was back on the 12th of November. So what is that? 13 days ago, we saw the Islanders get a 4-3 win. So we had a higher scoring one, a tighter one. Now, the Islanders have won the last 4 meetings between these two. And I do think they get another win here, even on the road. I would take them on the puck line. I think they get a big win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. When we look at them here on the puck line at minus 1.5, we're getting them at plus 135. So I think there is so much value here on the Islanders to come out and have a big game. Now, there has been home ice advantage, and I understand if you can't get behind the Islanders here. The home team has gone 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. And the Blue Jackets have been so strong at home, going 4-1 in their last 5 home games. So I can see why you wouldn't have trust in the Islanders today. I just think they're too solid on both sides of the puck. We see the Columbus Blue Jackets playing inconsistent this season, and defensive play is just really letting them down. So give me the New York Islanders for a nice big one here coming in off Thanksgiving. Let's see if we can pull up any props right now for the shots on goal for this one. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we all know for the Columbus Blue Jackets that Johnny Gaudreau is one of their most solid players. Now, taking him over 3.5 shots on goal is at plus 106. I do like this. We still do see the Islanders allowing those shots on goal. They are allowing 33.5 shots on goal per game. So I do think Johnny Gaudreau is able to get these shots. I think the problem is he's not able to get them past Sorokin. So I would look at Johnny Gaudreau here. And then I think you can look at Brock Nelson. Now, Brock Nelson has been playing some phenomenal hockey, and we're getting this a little bit juiced for him with the Islanders here coming in at minus 144. But again, you guys, shop those lines. I've only pulled it up on one book here. So look at Brock Nelson over 2.5. See if you can get better value than minus 144. Minus 144 is like the high end, you guys know. of bets that I like to take. If you can get this closer to the 140, I think there's so much value still here in this bet. Okay. Any updates on those scores? Oh man, that Bruins and Canes game still sitting at 2 apiece. Doesn't look like I'm going to get to the over. Now, when we look at the Montreal Canadiens and the Chicago Blackhawks, 2-1. They're on intermission. Third period coming up. Toronto Maple Leafs are up on the Minnesota Wild going into the third period. And damn, my Calgary Flames down 2-0. Got the Ottawa Senators up 1-0 over the Anaheim Ducks. Okay. Next game on deck for the games tonight, you guys. We have the New Jersey Devils taking on the Buffalo Sabres. New Jersey Devils, such a hot team right now, 16-4 on the season. They're 13-7 on that puck line, 8-1 on the road, straight up on the puck line, been playing phenomenal hockey. Now, my odds, I'm getting them at minus 172. Actually, that has moved to minus 164. Plus 136 for the Buffalo Sabres. This total has sat steady at 6.5 in this one. Now, we got backup goalie in here, Schmidt, for the Devils. I can't pronounce his name right. He's 3-0-0 on the season with a 1.34 goals against average. This team is so strong on both sides of the puck. I think they probably take this one in regulation. You guys know that we have been betting their team total over that 3.5. Now, they did lose that last game to the Toronto Maple Leafs. When we looked at the patterns there, you guys, let me just see if I can pull up what those odds were with the Devils versus the Maple Leafs. Yeah, the Maple Leafs going into that game had won 8 of the last 9 meetings between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the New Jersey Devils. There's so much in hockey about these teams that just know how to work and how to beat another team. That game on Wednesday was a position where I just couldn't fade the Devils. We took the over 6.5 in that one. It didn't go over. It was a low scoring game. Both offenses coming in, applying a lot of pressure. So now with this game, with the New Jersey Devils here, it's going to be really interesting to see how they come back and answer back. I do like this over 3.5 for them because I do think that they will come answering back with these goals. Anderson is expected in goal here, though. So with the Sabres having him, he is a strong goalie. He's got a 2.71 goals against average. But I think with the pressure that the Devils do apply, averaging that 3.7 goals per game and 36.4 shots on goal, which is second overall in the league, it will just be too much for Anderson here. Now, we need the Devils to stay out of the penalty box because we do see the Sabres coming in with a strong power play, but the penalty kill has been strong for the Devils. I just don't want to see it happen. We've seen the Devils defensively dominate as well. They're only allowing 2.3 goals per game defensively and 24.8 shots on goal. So this is one, if you like any of the defensive players for the Devils to get those block shots on goal, if your book offers them, I think it's a fantastic way to go. Now, the Sabres are 2-8 in their last 10 overall. Well, I do think they could have some luck here on the puck line. I don't think it's a great way to go because we're getting no value. The Sabres have covered the puck line in each of their last 11 games as a home underdog against the Mets. So there is reasoning for them to keep this one tight, and I definitely could see them keeping this one tight, but no value. So for myself, I'm going to take the Devils team total over 3.5. I do think that one cashes. We're getting at that a minus 112 today. I also like the Devils in regulation to get this win. And we're getting better value. Now, the last time these teams played, it was a 5-2 win for the Buffalo Sabres. And I think we've got great reasoning to take this over. With the Devils team total going over, we just have to hope that the Sabres get their share of goals, which I do think they will get in this one. The over is 8-0 in the last 8 meetings. All of those numbers, all of those games going over that total, and 4-1 in the last 5 meetings overall. Going to move Move on to the next game. We got the St. Louis Blues taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now we're getting plus 168 here for the St. Louis Blues. We have a total of 6 and minus 205 for the home Lightning team here. In this matchup, Jordan Binnington is expected for the St. Louis Blues. And for me, this is a game changer having him. Jordan Binnington has been playing so phenomenally well ever since he played the game against the Colorado Avalanche, where everyone was crazy that was riding with the St. Louis Blues because the Blues had been on a losing streak. Well, they put Jordan Binnington in net, and the Colorado Avalanche struggled to score on him. It was a similar story to the playoffs. It was kind of a revenge game there. Blues on the puck line. Gil, you know exactly where I'm going with this one. I'm taking the Blues on the puck line with a nice sprinkle on the money line here as well. I think this is a good one to back the Blues in. They've lost their 2 games, the last one being against the Sabres. We see the Tampa Bay Lightning coming in off a loss to the Boston Bruins. Now, that was a 5-3 loss. When we look at these teams, defensively, they're pretty similar, except for the Tampa Bay Lightning have the stronger penalty kill. When we look at the goaltending matchup here, Binnington's having a better season for the St. Louis Blues than Vasilevsky's having for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's got a 3.0 goals against average. Jordan Binnington coming in here with a 2.98. We need the Blues to get these goals in this one. They're still averaging under 3 at 2.84 and 30.3 shots on a goal, where the Tampa Bay Lightning have been flying out of the gate, getting these goals, averaging 3.37. The last time these teams met up, it was a 4-2 win for the Tampa Bay Lightning, but the Blues have won 5 of the last 6 meetings. I think they're going to come out strong here. Both of these teams have a strong penalty plays here, and I think it's going to be a great game. And we have to look at the fact of, although the St. Louis Blues are only averaging that 2.84, in their last 7 games, they have had 27 goals. I think we're going to see that come into play. I think especially with how the Lightning have been doing defensively and with Vasilevsky in goal this season, that the Blues can score and will score in this one. They're coming in on that 1 day's rest from the Thanksgiving break. They're strong in this situation, not like other teams. They've gone 6-1 in their last 7 games playing on that 1 day's rest. So give me the St. Louis Blues here on the puck line plus 1.5 at them minus 140, minus 145. Again, shop those lines over at Betstamp. But give me the freaking sprinkle. Sprinkle everywhere on that money line at plus 150. I absolutely love it. I'm also going to take the over in this one because we know the Tampa Bay Lightning can score. Jordan Binnington, he'll let in 1 or 2 in this one, and I expect the Blues to get the rest of these goals here to take us over the number of 6. The over has hit in 4 of the last 5 meetings. You guys remember, if you're on TikTok, I can't comment now. Come on over to YouTube. Jump in the live chat here. Okay. And then the Lightning at home, trending so solid to that over, 7-2 in the last 9 games. And the Lightning coming in off extended rest of 3 or more days, 4-0 to that over. There is going to be goals flying in this one, you guys. Give me the over 6, but I love the Blues here on the money line, straight up. Give me the Blues. You guys on TikTok, my link to the YouTube is in my bio. The Seattle Kraken taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. This is 8 p.m. Eastern. We got Grubauer. Richard, you know I sprinkle everywhere. I love the sprinkle on that money line. I chase that plus money all day. Matt, you as well. Always chasing that. A 3-team parlay. Yeah, Richard, I will give you a 3-team parlay at the very end. You guys stay tuned. I will bookmark over on YouTube as well. So make sure you come back and check it out if you can. Okay, so the Seattle Kraken taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. This is going to not be a popular bet. I'm going to take the Seattle Kraken here. I'm going to take them at plus 1.5 on the puck line. And I'm sprinkling on that money line. What we've seen out of this Kraken team isn't the Kraken team of last season. I think Vegas definitely is a phenomenal team. And there is a situation where they could get the win, but Logan Thompson's not in goal. They've got Aiden Hill expected here. He's 5-11 on the season with a 2.55 goals against average. Philip Grubauer here is confirmed for the Seattle Kraken. Now, this gives me a little bit of worry. I was hoping it would be Martin Jones. He's got a 3.77 goals against average. Defensively, the Seattle Kraken are playing lights out. They are only allowing 2.84 goals per game and 27.4 shots on goal, really limiting their opponent's ability to get quality shots here. They're coming in at third overall in the league. Offensively, this team is putting up 3.47 goals per game and 29.3 shots on goal. Vegas coming in here. They are such a solid team at 3.67 goals per game on average, which is fifth overall, and 33.8 shots on goal. Now, we saw Vegas come in to this one off a win over the Senators 4-1, and these teams just played just over a month ago, October 15th, and Vegas got a nice big win. The Kraken have struggled in the last 5 meetings versus Vegas, but like I said, you guys, this isn't the same Kraken team. I think they come back here and dominate in this one, and it's just one of those feelings. We look at them here, how solid the Kraken have done. Now, if you're worried, take them on the puck line. They are 6-1 on the road on that puck line. We know that they have majority of the time been the dog, kept these ones tight. They're 8-0 on the puck line as an underdog. As that underdog, if you just rode them every single time at +1.5, you would have won those last 8 games. They're 6-1 on the puck line on the road this season. I like what I'm seeing out of them. I think this is a lower scoring, tighter game, which corresponds perfectly with that puck line for this one to stay tight. The under is 5-0 in the Kraken's last 5 games, playing on 1 day's rest. And the Vegas Golden Knights are 8-1 in their last 10 home games to that under. Now, the Knights have also failed to cover the puck line in each of their last 9 night games at home following a home win. This is the situation they're in. So the best bet, I think, is to take the Seattle Kraken +1.5 on that puck line, then the under 6.5. And you know I'm heavily sprinkling on that money line because I can't get away from chasing beautiful plus money. Bruins coming up for the win. Thank you so much for letting me know. I didn't hit the over 6, so I'm kind of bummed about that, but happy to see the Bruins get the win there. Bruins completely dominating, Richard. You're right. It's domination at home. It will be interesting to see who hands them a home loss. That's for sure, because this team has been playing so absolutely incredible. It's actually unbelievable here. Let's see what else is happening. No one else. There's 15 minutes left between Montreal and the Blackhawks. That one, Montreal still up 2-0. You guys cheer on my Calgary Flames. I have no bet in that game. I just want my Calgary Flames to win. Let's look at the next game. We have the Winnipeg Jets taking on the Dallas Stars. You guys, I'm riding with Dallas in this one. Dallas coming in here. I got them earlier in regulation. Now, what are they looking at odd-wise right now? The Dallas Stars -170. They were -160 before for that money line. So there has been movement there. Connor Hellebuck expected for the Winnipeg Jets. I love what we've seen out of Connor Hellebuck. Jake Ottinger for the Dallas Stars. Both of these teams have absolutely phenomenal goalies. I love what I'm seeing out of them. Connor Hellebuck with that 2.35 and Jake Ottinger with that 2.32. Now, the difference here really comes offensively. The Winnipeg Jets just not producing the goals. They're only producing 2.83 goals on average and 30.1 shots on goal. Whereas the Dallas Stars coming in here second best overall in the league, averaging 3.95 and 30.7 shots on goal. They've got the second best power play. This Dallas Star team has always been known for their defense. Their offense has significantly improved this season, really stepping up, getting these goals, getting these shots on goal. But their defense is still the same. Their defense is so solid. 9th overall for allowed goals per game at 2.75 and 31.9 shots on goal. The Winnipeg Jets, too. Defense is their key. They're only allowing 2.61 and 31.1 shots on goal. Now we see the Jets rolling in off a loss to the Minnesota Wild. It was a terrible game for the Winnipeg Jets. Unable to get these goals coming in. It was a 6-1 win for the Wild. And the Dallas Stars coming in off a win over the Chicago Blackhawks, 6-4 win. I think Dallas in regulation is the only way to go. At minus 170, it's way too high, straight up on that money line. We look at the Winnipeg Jets. They've absolutely struggled in Dallas. The Dallas Stars have dominated the last 7 games in Dallas, winning all 7 of those. And the last 5 meetings, Dallas has won 4 of those. So I think this is a great way. Dallas comes in strong off a rest, but I do think this is a lower scoring one. And I don't love Dallas on the puck line because of that, because we see the defense of the Winnipeg Jets coming out so strong. There's so much value if you think that they can cover that puck line today, but I think in regulation is your safer way to go. And I'm going to take the under. So give me the under 6 as well. The under is 4-1 in the Jets' last 5 road games. Jets just not able to produce those goals on the road. And the Stars against teams with winning records are 7-2-2 in their last 11 to that under. Okay, we have one more game. The Colorado Avalanche and the Nashville Predators game did get postponed. Apparently, there was a burst pipe. So I don't know when that game is going to be played, but we do have one other game on the board today. It is Richard's team, the LA Kings, taking on the San Jose Sharks. Now, Richard, if you're listening, you're not going to love me here. I really do think this is going to be a hard game for the LA Kings. They have lost their last 3, and I don't think they can win this one here against the San Jose Sharks. And this is nothing against the Kings. This is just the situation that the Kings are in. The San Jose Sharks are one of those teams that kill the Kings, just like the Winnipeg Jets. We saw it happen when the Kings went in, the Vancouver Canucks. We saw it happen when the Kings went into Vancouver. Now with the Kings going into San Jose, I can't get behind them here. The San Jose Sharks have dominated the last 6 meetings, winning 5 of those. They've also won 8 of those last 10 meetings. So I think the Sharks continue to dominate the Kings here, getting a nice win at home, handing the LA Kings their 4th loss in a row. Even with Jonathan Quick expected in goal for the Kings. He's 6-6 on the season with a 3.15 goals against average. But James Reimer coming in here for the Sharks has been playing so solid. He's 5-7-2 with a 2.92 goals against average. Both these teams averaging that 3+ goals per game, with the LA Kings at 3.14 and 32.7 shots on goal, and the San Jose Sharks at 3 goals, but being held to that 29.7. Defensively, really similar. And the better thing about the San Jose Sharks is their penalty kill. It is so strong. Both these teams allowing over 3.5 or right around 3.5, with the Kings coming in at 3.45 goals per game and allowing the shots to come in. So I think this is a perfect opportunity to take the San Jose Sharks here on the money line at plus 130. I'm getting at plus 132. Let me just see if there's some better odds out there. I'm seeing plus 126 to plus 135. So again, go shop those lines over at Betstamp. Make sure you get that best value out there. I just think this is going to be a good game, and I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. The last time these teams did match up, the Kings did get that win. It was a 3-0 win. They got a shutout win there. The under is so strong in those last 28 meetings between these two. 15 of those have hit the under. 6 of those have pushed the number. And in the last 16 meetings in San Jose, they've gone 10-3-3 to that under. So give me the under, you guys. I am liking the rest of today's card. Let's just see what is happening in these games. You know, it's like super hard for me when when I'm doing a show and games are on, I actually have like college ball and stuff going on TVs around my room. So Toronto still up over the Minnesota Wild. the Washington Capitals and the Calgary Flames in that third period in Washington. Washington up in that one. Montreal Canadiens still up. And the Senators, damn it, up 2-0 over the Anaheim Ducks. Not impressed to see that one, as I did think the Ducks were quacking a little bit here at home today and got that one in. Home ice advantage has been huge. Senators haven't been able to win any of the last 4 meetings versus the Ducks. So I can't wait to get that game on, see what is happening, where my Ducks are going wrong in this game. But let's recap, and then let's do my 3 best bets of the day as Richard requested for a parlay. So the Penguins and the Flyers, I've got a ride here with the Flyers plus 1.5 at minus 130 on that puck line. I think there is value there. I've got a ride with Brian Rust of the Penguins here. Over 2.5 shots on goal. That's coming in at minus 120. And Sidney Crosby, over 2.5 shots on goal. This is coming in at minus 135. Again, you guys shop those lines, get the best value. I was leaning on the over, but I can make a case why this game could go over and under. So at the number of 6, I'm going to stay off the total. On the board, the Arizona Coyotes and the Detroit Red Wings. Give me the over in this one. I like the over 6. I think it's a solid way to go. Both of these teams able to put up the goals, especially against teams that are allowing them. Arizona, we know they're always able to pull off that upset. They're one of those nagging teams to a lot. I don't trust either team in this situation coming in off rest. Neither team is strong. So I think the over 6 is the best play in this one. The New York Islanders and the Columbus Blue Jackets. I've got to take the Islanders here on the puck line at minus 1.5 at plus 135. I think they come out phenomenally strong against the Columbus Blue Jackets off that loss, and with the Preds on deck tomorrow. So give me the New York Islanders on that puck line. Remember, they are 8-3 on the puck line on the road this season, and they won all 4 of the last 4 meetings versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. The next game on the board, the New Jersey Devils taking on the Buffalo Sabres. You guys, I got to take the Devils in regulation. I can't step in front of this team. They're just so hot. They are off a loss to the Maple Leafs, and I think they're going to take it out on the Buffalo Sabres here. Now, the Devils team total over 3.5. I love as well. I think this is a tight game, though. I think it's a 1-point game either way. But I do think because the Sabres will get some goals here that we can look at this over in this one and hit it over. The next game on the board, the St. Louis Blues taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. I've got to take the St. Louis Blues here at plus 1.5, minus 145 with a large sprinkle on that money line. I think the Blues will dominate over the Tampa Bay Lightning today. I'm going to take the over 6 in that one as well. The Seattle Kraken and the Vegas Golden Knights. You guys got to ride with the Kraken here on the puck line at plus 1.5 at minus 150. It is highly juiced. I don't love the juice we're getting here. I do love the sprinkle on the money line, though. I think at plus 160, plus 170, so much value here in taking the dog on the road, especially with how Vegas has failed to cover as a home favorite on that puck line after a win at home. The Winnipeg Jets and the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars all the way. I'm going to take Dallas in regulation. I don't think this one goes to overtime. Winnipeg is going to play them hard defensively, but I trust this Dallas Stars team offensively to find the back of Connor Hellebuck's net today. It's going to be a hard one. That's why I'm not taking the Dallas Stars on that puck line, because I do think this is going to be a tight, low-scoring game. This could be a 1-0 game here for the Dallas Stars. So avoid that puck line unless you 100% believe they can get a higher scoring game here. But with how solid both teams have been defensively, I think the Stars in regulation and the under 6 is a better play. Then last but not least, the LA Kings taking on the San Jose Sharks. I'm going to take the Sharks here on that money line. No value on the puck line. They're being a strong on that puck line at home, going 7-5. But like I said, there's no value here. I think the Kings are struggling at the moment. The Kings need to get back home, get things turned around. I think this is a lower scoring one. So give me the under 6. So if I'm giving you my best bets here For the huge parlay, I'd do the Flyers plus 1.5, the Arizona Coyotes and the Red Wings over 6, the Islanders on the puck line minus 1.5, the Devils in regulation, the Blues on the money line, the Kraken and the Vegas Golden Knights under 6.5, the Dallas Stars in regulation, and the Sharks on the money line. Now, for my best bets of the day, I am going to the 3 best bets. I'm going to take the Kraken plus 1.5. This is a 3-team best bet parlay. And I'm going to parlay these teams that I really do believe, the dogs, that will get the win. So I will take them here on the puck line. You know, I'm throwing together another parlay here on that money line as well, because I think there's so much value. So give me the Kraken plus 1.5 on the puck line. Give me the St. Louis Blues plus 1.5 on the puck line. And maybe I'll throw the, no, give me the Flyers. Give me the Flyers. We'll do a 3-team dog parlay at plus 1.5. All of those teams on the puck line. I'm going to also parlay it on the money line, you guys, because I'll be so pissed at myself if all 3 of these teams win straight up and I didn't sprinkle on. I'm going to sprinkle on everything today. You guys know it on that puck line. The other thing I'm going to look at doing is my other best bet is Dallas in regulation. I got to ride with Dallas in regulation. I got to ride with the Devils in regulation. So do what you want with those 2, but that 3-team parlay is the Kraken, the St. Louis Blues, and the Flyers all on that puck line. I'm going to sprinkle that parlay on the money line as well. Would I still live bet the Ducks? Let's see what they're at right now. It's hard for me because I'm not watching that game right now. I'm not seeing what is happening. I can't pull up the shots on goal, their attempts that they've been able to make. We know this Ducks team, though. I tell you, live betting them when you're watching this game, the Ducks never give up. They have come back against much better teams than the Senators. Matt, this could be an opportunity to put a little sprinkle on them if you're liking what you're seeing. If they're controlling that neutral zone and they're getting these attempts and they're just not making the shots connect in the back of the net, then live bet them. If that is not happening, then stay off it. So I wish I had the game up. I don't have it. I don't have it on these TVs, but let me know what's happening. And if they are controlling, absolutely hit them. Okay, 3-team parlay, Kraken plus 1.5, St. Louis plus 1.5, Flyers plus 1.5. Sprinkle that all on the money line. My best player prop. Let's see. Best player prop. I would look at, I'm tempted to take Johnny Gaudreau over that 3.5 because we're getting plus money there. Yeah, I would take Johnny Gaudreau of the Columbus Blue Jackets. I can't remember what that plus money was there for over that 3.5. Oh, it's plus 106 over 3.5. I think he comes out. I think Brian Rust comes out strong as well for the Penguins. I would take his over 2.5. And then Sidney Crosby. We know Sidney Crosby has been flying out there. But when we look at Brian Rust, over 2.5, he has had 54 games, or sorry, 54 shots on goal in 20 games. So he's averaging that 2.7 shots on goal per game. We're getting him at minus 125 to get over 2.5 against a Philadelphia Flyers team that is allowing 33.8 shots on goal. So it's definitely going to be a good game. We're going to see the shots in that one. I appreciate you guys for joining me here. Okay, Ducks have doubled the shots at the Senators, 16-8 so far. Okay, live bet the Ducks. You guys, I definitely would do that. I think there's value there. If they're getting these shots on goal, they just have to start connecting. And the Ducks team can do it. Like I said, they've had some fantastic comebacks. We've seen it. We've live bet it. I'm not sure if you guys have live bet it with me, but definitely some situations, even going into that third period, and they've been down by these 2 goals. They have been able to pull off these upsets. So yes, Matt, I do like the Ducks here. You guys, that was it for Puck It with Joe. I hope everyone has had a fantastic Thanksgiving Thursday, eating nice leftovers today. We got so much going on today. No picks and predictions today. I decided to not bug anyone to get them on the show. We will be rolling back on Friday. Next week, super busy week with the Joe Madden Sports Show. Also, with Pocket with Joe, you guys can join me every 3:30 Eastern. I will be here live on the weekend as well. And I tell you, I am so sick of people. I might just go off TikTok. You guys, if you could see my comments over here on TikToks asking me where my boyfriend's at, giving me all these numbers and that kind of thing. I'm tired of it. I know you guys have seen my messages on Twitter as well. Everyone says it's okay, let it go. You guys see one post out of probably 150 that I get in a month. It is frustrating in this industry, and it's frustrating for males as well. So you guys, but us females can talk sports. I am a little flustered today though. So there goes my phone. It's ringing. I forgot to mute it. You guys have a good one. That was me being saved by the bell telling me to shut my mouth and just let's talk sports. You guys have a great day. Keep smiling. And thank you so much for joining me here on Puck.